the sessions, I also must say I learn a lot while these sessions are going on. So what I would like to discuss with you this evening are two things. One is called the income producing activities. Those are the things we need to do to make our business grow, the activities we need to engage in to make our business grow. The second thing I would like to discuss with you this evening is personal development. What it is we can do better to make sure that we actually grow as people. One of the important things about this business is you attract to yourself the person you become. What does that mean? It means that if you're looking for somebody who is hardworking, you must also be hardworking. If you're looking for somebody who has knowledge about the product, let's go through the income producing activities. What are these things that we do that we call income producing activities? In simple words, talking to people. Talking to people is what actually creates growth in our business. Why? Because when you're talking to people, you will meet the ones who are looking for the business. The people who actually become successful in the business are the ones who are looking for it. Some of them may not even realize they're looking for the business until they actually see what the business can do. Then they make a serious commitment to join and build the business. So, income producing activities. I suggest that you need to split your time roughly in 1/4. First, talking to your own personal prospects. That is, the people who are in your name list, the people you've identified that you want to sponsor directly. That is the first category of people you need to speak to. The second category of people you need to speak to, if you're a business leader, if you're a director, or you've just started the business and you're helping people in your group to grow, you need to talk to your team's prospect. For example, if somebody has just started the business, the first 6, 7, 8, or even 10 prospects, assist your prospects new distributor from negative thinking people. Because you have been in the business much longer, you can take the no's better than the people who have just started the business. I remember we a distributor some time ago, and I gave him a book to read, and he read the book and he said, please expect that some people, even the moment, but later on when somebody told him the same sentiments, he felt very bad, and I didn't hear from him for about 2 or 3 weeks. So be there to take the bullet on behalf of your new distributor. The third thing, the third part of your business that you need to take part in is follow up on your prospects and the prospects of your distributors. Because follow up is where the income is. Follow up is where you're actually going to get people to join your business for a very simple reason. The average person only says yes after 5 to 7 times of hearing about the business or being followed up to. So when somebody says no the first time, it doesn't really mean no. It simply means either they're not ready, or they haven't seen the business clearly, or they want to think about it, or you did not present the business to them correctly. There are many reasons. So when somebody says no the first time, they're like, okay, maybe this is not the time for you. Can I speak to you in a week's time? Or can I talk to you in 2 weeks' time? And then write it on your diary so that you remember to speak to them on the day you've said. And then the last part of your income producing activity, you need to talk to your customers. That is the people who categorically said they're not interested in the business, they just want to use high quality products. So divide your activities of income producing activity in 4 areas. 1, speaking to your own prospects. Number 2, speaking to the prospects of your team members. 3, following up on your prospects and your downlines prospects. And number 4, talking to your customers. Now, what you talk to your customers or your prospects about, the 4 things that you need to do to grow your business. 1, learn to invite them correctly, professionally, to actually have a look at the business. The better you become skilled at inviting, the more chances you increase of people actually looking at our business. The same thing is talking to your team's prospect. Talking to your team's prospects is very efficient, I think, and also very effective to do 3-way calls. 3-way calls is when your new distributor initiates a call and tells their prospects that, look, I've just started a business. I'm not very experienced, but I'd like somebody to join us in this discussion to explain the business more to you. Just give me a minute. Let me link them into this discussion. Then they call you. I mean, modern phones have got 3-way calls, 4-way calls, 5-way calls. You can have as many people as you want on the call, so that you help your distributors to speak to their prospects. So do 3-way calls or go and meet them face to face with your new downline. And then following up, have a very simple system for following up on your prospects and your downline's prospect, so that they can actually make a decision whether to start the business or not. And then talk to your customers. These are the people who say they're not interested in the business, or they just contacted you because maybe they saw your name somewhere, or they saw your Facebook or TikTok or whatever it is. The only thing they want to do is to use the products. So talk to your customers. Those are the income producing activities. Now, the events and the tools that support this process is what we call the system. These are the things and the tools that we use and events to help the income producing activities actually generate income. Doing one-on-one presentations, that is when you speak to your prospects face to face, or 2-in-1 presentations, you and your downline speaking to their prospects. Number 2 is Zoom meetings, for example, this training session, or the ones we have on Mondays, or whichever ones you organize for your team. 3, conference calls. This is when you have 2 or more people on a call, one person explaining what the business does. 4 is sending videos to your prospects to watch, either about the products or about the business opportunity. Webinars, where somebody explains the business opportunity presentations, magazines, CDs, DVDs. These are called the tools and events that help your business to grow, that support your income producing activities. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is, of course, we've talked about the system, personal enthusiasm, the tools we use in our business, the weekly business opportunity presentations, the weekly training events, monthly recognition, annual conventions, annual team, weekend rallies, team incentives. I would suggest to you that take a diary and block out when these activities are going to be done, so that you protect that time for your business to grow. If you don't actually plan for it, you will find that the activity has come and gone, but you haven't taken advantage of it. Now, I want to discuss with you something about personal development. I'm sure we've spoken about personal development many, many times. But what is personal development? Personal development simply means you take time to improve yourself as a human being, to improve yourself in terms of knowledge, improve yourself in terms of skill, improve your attitude so that you grow your business. It takes a 3-step process. 1 is what to do. What is it? What are the things you need to do to grow as a person? For example, if you want to build the 7 skills of becoming a professional network marketer, that is what to do. The next thing is, how do you do it? What is the plan that you put in place so that you actually follow a simple and consistent plan to actually grow as a person? And then number 3 is result. Result is simply you monitor what you have achieved, review and update or correct if you need to correct something that you've done. That is simply a very simple process of personal development. Let's look at a simple example of how to do personal development. Let me say you want to develop the 7 skills of becoming a professional network marketer. Those of you who are new and don't know about this book is called Go Pro. It's by Eric Warren. It's a very, very good book. I would recommend that if you haven't bought it, go and get a copy. Let's say you want to actually develop yourself in this, you want to develop the 7 skills of becoming a professional network marketer. Okay? Step number 1, read the whole book as if you're reading a storybook. That will give your mind a very clear framework of what skills to develop. Read the whole book read through the whole book as if you're reading a storybook. Once you've done the first reading, the next thing is read specific topics that you want to develop in the next 1 month. I would suggest that take 1 or 2 skills to develop in 1 particular month. Let me say you want to develop your capacity for finding prospects in the business. You need to decide, are you going to use audiobook or are you going to use a hard paper book? Once you've decided that, then plan a specific time of the day that you're actually going to do this reading. If you don't structure your day that from this time to this time I'm going to do my reading, you'll find that time comes and goes and you haven't done anything. Okay? I like reading the last half hour before I go to bed, because when I've read something good when I'm going to bed, the next day I wake up with a better attitude because I'm reading a good book. So schedule specific time that you want to do this reading. Let's say you schedule that you want to retire at 9:30. So from 9 to 9:30, you do your 20-minute reading. Or you decide you want to do it in the morning. You choose a suitable time for you. Okay? So read through it, take notes, and then during that week, practice what you have read in that 1 week. Why do you need to do so? Because you only become good at something that you do over and over again until it becomes a habit. What is a habit? A habit is a repeated action until it becomes automatic. That is what a habit is. So let me say you decide that finding prospect is a skill you want to develop during this week. You read the chapter on finding prospect. I think it's chapter 3 or 4 of this book. Then read throughout. I think it should take about 20 minutes to read that chapter. Once you've read it, then for the whole week, put it into practice how to find prospects. Write a list of everybody that you know. Write the list of people that you know referred to you by your relatives and friends. Set up meetings set up networking meetings or attend networking meetings to meet new people. Get referrals. Add two new names to your list. Do this for a whole week or 2 weeks until it becomes a habit. And then when you've done that, review and check your results. How well am I doing this? Then repeat the process. Once you've done that for 2-3 weeks or a whole month, the next month, take a new skill. What is the next skill? Inviting. Read the chapter on inviting and practice inviting. In fact, I would suggest practice inviting even when you're at home on your own. Pick up the phone and read through that book. It's actually got conversations in the book. The more you practice, the better you become at inviting. Keep practicing and practicing and practicing. Once you finish that skill, review your inviting skills, check your results. Did you make mistakes? Can you improve on inviting people to look at the business? Then go to the next, showing the plan, and then following up, and then getting new people started, and then selling of events. Once you've gone through this, you will find that after 3 or 4 months, you'll have gone through this book and have actually practiced, and you'll find that after 4 months, you're not the same person who started. Take another book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Do the same process. Read the whole book as if you're reading a storybook from the first to the last page. Once you've done that, then go back and read chapter at a time, take notes, and put in practice what you have read. The reason why you need to put in practice what you have read, these books only help us if they become part of our vocabulary, if they become part of our lives, if they become principles that we have inculcated into our being, then only then do the books become useful to us. Otherwise, the books are not useful. So personal development is a simple process, but it takes consistency and discipline. And if you keep doing that, you will find that you'll grow as a better person. If you take 2 or 3 books and you repeat this process, by the end of the year, you will be a completely different person. And I would recommend to you to pay attention to the following books. Eric Worre's Go Pro, that is the 7 steps of becoming a professional network marketer, by Eric Worre. Number 2, How to Win Friends and Influence People, by Dale Carnegie. Number 3, How I Raised Myself from Poverty to Success, or From Failure to Success, by Frank Bettger. Is an excellent sales book. Then number 4, Go for No. Those are very, very good books that I will recommend. In fact, the books are recommended in the Getting Started Workbook, Neolife. These are the top books that Neolife recommends. If you take 2 or 3 of those books and read over and over and put in practice the principles you learn in those books, by the end of the year, you will be a completely different person. And if you're a completely different person and you're very successful, you will have attracted to yourself the kind of people that you have become. And nothing will stop you from becoming very successful. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you very much for having spent time with Betty and myself to attend this session. I hope some of the things we've shared with you are going to help you grow your business to the next level. Thank you. And